Hello, we are live. Let's give it a few minutes. Make sure I can check the audio, make sure everything works as some people are able to join. Hello, Ali, Game, Brandon. Can you guys hear me? Okay, great. All right, thank you for confirming. So, as mentioned, I'm going to talk about the, YieldMax declaration date and what they announced. I am aware of a few of them, but to be honest, I haven't really looked at any of these, so I'm learning as I'm, kind of covering this. First off, I can tell the screen is probably too small, so let me zoom in. All right, I just want to say hi to everyone that's online. Ryan Walsh, TSLY's What the Dividend. We'll get to that first. Shelly, good morning. Ollie, Brandon. Philly Fox, what's up? Hey, Matt. Hey, Manish. Hey, Eric. And there's Joyce. Hey, Joyce. All right, so let me zoom in. Let's try 200. Okay. Can everybody see the screen fairly decent before I start the fun? If you can confirm in the YouTube chat if you're able to see the screen pretty decent. It looks like it's okay. All right, Shelly said yes. Thank you, Shelly. All right, so let's go through this. I got an email. I have to pull it up on my phone, and we'll plug in the numbers and react together. I'm sure most of you already saw these, though. All right, so, yeah, we don't want APLY. TSLY, all right. TSLY, here we go. $1 and 0.35. All right, so that's not a surprise. Again, that, based on what happened last night, if you guys saw my daily video, $1 is actually, within reason. And $1 is a 68.07% yield at the moment. So if we plug in that number to my other spreadsheet, which I may also have to zoom in. So we do go back here, copy. All right. So they made $1.82 per share for the month of June when all said and done. So even for them to pay $1, that's no problem because technically for the month of June, they have 82 cents in reserve. So, this is well-deserved dollar for all the TSLY holders. So, yeah, good job there. All right. So, my estimate was 85 cents, but obviously that was before the synthetic roll, which was pretty, pretty profitable as we saw. For those of you that did not see, they made about, about $28.2 million yesterday through closing out the old calls and rolling the synthetic. All right, so that's TSLY. So let's go to the next one. Let's go to OARK, everyone's favorite. I'm kidding, by the way. All right, so they're paying 0.2456. My estimate was around 33 cents. And so they're paying about a 27% yield. That's a 38% decrease from the prior month. And this looks to be their lowest distribution. Let's take a look. Oh, no, they did pay 24 cents back in December. But this is a pretty bad, 24 cents, 27% yield. Their IV is around 30%, so that kind of makes sense. All right, let's continue. If you guys have any questions in the chat, I'll be checking that as we go so we can discuss things, as we go through these, all right? All right, keep going. APLY. And let me know if you guys are having fun with the live version, or does it not matter? I was going to open the Discord for chat, but I figured that there's not enough time to alert you guys. All right, so next is Aptly. They're paying 0.3233. That comes out to a 20.82% yield. That's a 20% decrease from the prior month. So, but it's Aptly, right? Aptly goes up, Aptly goes down. So no surprise. Their implied volatility is 24%. So they're actually yielding a little less than that. And they did make 69 cents for the month. So it wasn't all that bad. Market's closing soon, says SCSU. Yes, the market is closing at 1 p.m. So any final buys, you might want to get in, especially if you want to qualify for the distribution. Today is the day. Absolutely more fun, says Ben Williams. Okay, good to know. Fred says, love the live stream. Oh, I forgot. I can, oh, no, it doesn't come up. Does that? Yeah, that comes up. Okay. I'll start doing that again. Oh, Matt, thank you. 117. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I don't have YouTube up. So if you can, please share the number. I'm always curious. AMDY has a good distribution. Hey, still horses. I'm not there yet. All right. All right. I'll continue. I'm sorry. I'm going slow. All right. NVDY, what do we got? Okay. Nice. I was expecting a good one from them. 2.4707. That is a 98.17% yield. That's still a decrease, though, from last month, a 3.6% decrease. All right, let's plug in the data on our spreadsheet. I'll zoom in, 150%. Okay, so we'll plug that in right here. Pay special values. All right, so they made $2.64 for the month of June. I had estimated $2.45. They're going to pay $2.47, so even better, while still preserving about 17 cents per share. So great payment for NVIDIA. This is why they are the GOAT. Okay, I know I say it all the time, and it's probably getting old, but they are the GOAT. All right, let me catch up with the chat before I get to the next one. 39 likes, 126 watching. Thank you for the update, Michael. Joyce says hit the like button. Yeah, you guys better listen to Joyce. She does have a wrench. All right. What else we got? Shelly, you were right on that estimate. Actually, I was 2 cents off, but that's okay, right? Hey, Rod, are you saying there is a correlation between here? I'll put it up on the screen. Hey, Rod, are you saying there's a correlation between the distributions and the IV? Someone said this is what Jay used as a measure. Yes. Vishan Jad, Jay strives to yield at least what their implied volatility is. So that, if you look at the trades that they do, they always strive for an annualized yield of, typically the implied volatility rate. Isn't Friday ex-dividend day? Yes, I believe it is, Philly Fox. So today would be declaration date, and today is one trading day prior to X date, which means today's the last day to buy in order to qualify. And then SCSU just confirmed Friday is X date. Okay. All right. Sorry, let me catch up to Sawston. Mark, any must buy based on dividend declaration? Bought a little more. I bought NFLY today. NFLY was down a little, and it was under my cost basis, so I did buy NFLY. All right, 137 watching. All right, good to hear, Michael. All right, let's go. Let's continue. Okay, AMZY. AMZY. All right, let's see what they're paying. Where's it at? 765. Okay. So last month they paid 95 cents. The month prior they paid 97 cents. But this month is a 19.82% decrease of 76 cents. My guesstimate was 75, so I guess that's obviously kind of close. So they're paying a 40% yield, which if again, where's Vishan? Vishan, I have the implied volatility right next to the yield that they're currently paying. Sometimes it's in line. But again, if they earn a lot more, they're going to pay a lot more. If they earn a lot less, then they may not pay as much. So it's kind of like a rule of thumb when they're doing the trades. It doesn't mean that's what they're going to pay all the time, though. All right, so AMZY, 76 cents. That's still pretty damn good, right? 40%. That's right on the money. Like I want to make 40% yield on everything. So everybody hit that like. Oh, thank you, Vishan, for pumping up the like buttons. All right, let me just make sure I didn't miss any chats. All right, we got 153 last we checked. All right, that's good. All right, let's go to Phoebe. Phoebe 0.7033. That did not work. Where the hell did that type? 0.7033. Where did I type that? Where did that even go? All right. Anyway, so Phoebe paid 69 cents last month. This month they're paying 70 cents. I was hoping for 85 cents. Well, whatever. At least it's still an increase from the prior month, but this is yielding 42%, which is good. Good. Like to me, anything over 40% is good, right? Anything under is, it depends how much under, but typically is 40% is what I strive for. In the chat, guys, if you want to put how much you guys try to yield, please let me know. I'm curious. Like, is there a fund? Is there a limit, a yield that you won't go under on these funds? All right, let's go through some chat. Jose says, I bought more NVDY this morning before it went up. Good move right there. Anytime you put in the work, all we have to do is hit the like. Yeah, Vishan, you're awesome. Okay, so I have to wait. I have until 1 to buy more NVDY to qualify for the dividend. Yes. If you buy shares in the middle of the month, do you get prorated distribution? No. If you buy before X dividend date, you get the full distribution. And you have to hold it, until X dividend date. Won't go under 40, says Shelly. Brandon, 40% is the sweet spot. Mono says, I really try to do more than 30%. Why in the hell was AMZY dividend quite lower than last month? Amazon performance was essentially the same. Well, I don't know. Again, I don't track the trades, but overall, the price of AMZY only went up 22 cents. I do know that. So they may not have, done that well in their trades. All right, Michael, I'm thinking NVDY is going to do really well. All right, skim through. Here we go. New subscriber. Welcome. Why not? Loving the content. Thank you. All right, let's resume. All right, GOOY. Let me click this. Okay. All right, let's check out GOOY. GOOY is never impressive, so let's see if we're going to be impressed today. It doesn't look that way. 0.4679. All right, that is a 31% decrease from the prior month for GOOY. That is a 30% yield, even though they made about 67 cents in appreciation. I could probably update this number, actually. I could put yesterday's date being July 3rd. 7.3. Never mind. How about 7.2? Okay, so I'm not sure how much will change, but we'll see. Yeah, GOOY actually 82 cents now, so they probably could have paid more. I mean, based on what I see, but who knows? GOOY, again, GOOY is never impressive. Do any of you actually own GOOY? Is there any diehard GOOY fans here? All right, let me catch up on the comments. All right. Let's go to NFLY, one of my favorites. This does not look good. 0.3774. So NFLY is paying 37 cents. That is a 40% decrease from the prior month. I thought they'd pay 73 cents. Obviously, that's wishful thinking. I'm about half of what they're paying. That's pretty pathetic, actually. So they're only yielding 25%. That is a huge disappointment, and that's going to lower my overall yield in my portfolio. They made price-wise, they made 86 cents for the month. So, again, overall, huge letdown for NFLY. That sucks. All right, so let's continue to CONY. All right. One. It's good to see the one. Thought it would have been two. 1.5732. All right, CONY, a decrease of 7% from last month. But let's plug this in my file and see what it looks like. We'll zoom in. 150%. Okay, so based on the trade last night, that kind of killed what CONY was making. CONY, at one point, they had something over $2 in total income. But last night, they lost a lot of money. They closed out, is this it? Yeah, 15,000 contracts on their current synthetic position. And that cost them $42 million. So obviously, that took a massive, hit to the payment. So knowing that, I kind of, this morning I mentioned it's going to be lower, but I'm happy they still paid over $1. So looking at this, based on the situation, I think we should actually be happy with $1.57. Again, there's no NAV reserve. There's actually a NAV loss of 75 cents based on that. Let me get to the comments real quick about what they think about CONY. Because CONY, again, it's one of the bigger funds. There's Entrepreneur Investor. He's happy TSLY is back. Ooh, where we go. Can't. All right. CONY was my buy today, says Shelly. CONY was a disappointment, says David. Rod, the other Rod, right? There's two Rods. He's puking. Michael says hello to all the new people. Hit the like button. 184 watching, and only half of you like. Thank you, Michael. All right, Daniel, take pay and buy Ulti. Yeah, Ulti better step it up. That's all I'm going to say. CONY is cheap at the moment, says Bull Bear. Wish he could buy more. All right. Last month, Yoga, I sold 1,000 shares after the payout. Should consider buying back at least half of them. Yeah, CONY's crazy. All right. Brandon, so the more the fund is worth, the more they spend. How does that work? Not sure what you mean by that. But if you want to clarify, please do. Dividend Dad, big fan. Thank you. Michael, hi Rod, love your channel. And I love NVDY. Yes, me too. Thank you. CONY is the GOAT. Uh-oh. Mono says CONY's the GOAT. I don't know. After this 157, people are going to be pissed. All right, let's keep going, guys. DISO. Oh, I left the comment up. Whoops. All right, so CONY is not a disappointment, guys. This is not a... I agree. It's not a disappointment. All right, so let's go to DISO. DISO. Come on. There you go. 0.3646. All right, that is a 17% decrease from the prior month. That is a 24% yield. Their implied volatility is 22%, so kind of in line with that. My guesstimate was 38 cents. I guess that's close enough. So let's go to MSFO. 0.3849. 0.3849. That is a 19% decrease from the prior month. That's a 20% yield. And that kind of is in line, a little less than their implied volatility. However, I'm showing the fund, the price went up $1.09 for the month. So that's why I had guesstimated at 83 cents, but they only paid 38. That's pretty weak. But yeah, see, I was going to, I was considering buying MSFO, but maybe I won't. I don't know, man. All right, let's continue. Actually, let me check some comments real quick. All right, so here, Kurt has a good question. Why go in any individual ETF? 45% yield of less than YMAX is giving you the same with less risk. It's true, but again, YMAX now has, you know, some crap funds like SNOWY and, you know, DISO and a lot of crypto exposure that people may not want. So I can see why people don't have it. I have both. I have the individuals that I like the most, and then I have YMAX. Red Line, YMAX announced. YMAX did not announce. They'll announce very soon, though. This is probably last month that you're referencing, Red Line. All right, what else we got? Margin. Yeah, not for me. Not yet. All right, let me keep going. All right, let's keep going, guys. ZOMO. Oh, this does not look pretty. 0.1879. Oof, that's pretty bad. That is a 37% decrease from the prior month, and that is a 13% yield. That is horrible. Oh my God, that's horrible. That their implied volatility is 21%, but they did not have any appreciation in the ETF price. So again, this is another reason not to own YMAX, because you have funds like ZOMO who underperform, right? Yeah, last month they paid 30 cents. That was okay. And then the month before that, 33. And then they were in the 20s before that. So it's kind of all over the place. So I don't know, man. ZOMO is crap. Michael says 212 watching. Thank you for the update. All right. Why did I buy ZOMO? Selling Monday, says Shelly. Yeah, it's kind of been like somewhat steady, but that's 13% yield. You might as well buy SFAL or SPY, right? Let's see what are people actually looking how much the total fund is making or losing. It's like they care more about the dividend when, in fact, the NAV erosion made a profit. They track it if they're aware. Sure, some people track it. I know a lot of people track it in my Discord. But yeah, I track the 4 that you see. All right, so let's keep going. You convinced me, Rod, going to buy YMAG instead of building up my YMAX. Yeah, I actually don't own YMAG, Redfish, but there's a lot to be said of owning YMAG over YMAX. All right, let's continue. JPMO. This doesn't look good either. 0.2205. Good Lord, that's horrible. That is a 36% decrease from the prior month. That's a 13% yield, which is not even close to their 20% implied volatility. And even look at this. They gained 51 cents per share this month, and they still only paid 22 cents. That is another fund that is crap. I'm sorry, but it's crap. I know they did have a good month. They paid 64 cents in April. They paid 41 in May. That was okay. And then last month, it's been nothing but going down. So, I don't know. That's not good. All right. Any updates here? All right. So nothing to check in the chat yet. All right. So AMDY, let's continue. Let's go. 0.7347. All right. That is, so their AMDY is paying 73 cents. That is an 18% decrease from the prior month. That is a 50% yield, which is kind of in line with their implied volatility. And the ETF actually gained 31 cents for the month, so that's okay. But overall, again, for AMDY, 73 cents, 50% yield, that's pretty good. So congrats, AMDY holders. Let's go to PP. And yes, it is PP. 0.4324. So PP is paying 43 cents. That is a 35% decrease from the prior month. That is a 31% yield, which is 10% lower than their 30-day implied volatility. But it looks like they did not really do that well for this month, based on, again, I don't track all the trades on most of these funds except the 4, but I just can only look at the price fluctuation and the implied volatility. All right, let me get to some chat information. What do we got here? Pay, not PP. No, Mono, it's PP. Pi. No, it's definitely not Pi. Vishan, I don't understand why they hold back so much. I thought they were only supposed to hold back 10%. Vishan, that is for the fiscal year. So if you look, their fiscal year is November 1st to October 31st. And when I say fiscal year, I mean taxable year. So they have to at least pay out 90% before October 31st. So again, it doesn't, they could do what they want month to month, as long as by the end of the fiscal year, they are paying out their 90%. All right. Can you start tracking AMDY? No, I cannot. Flight, unfortunately, I am capped out with the 4. So unless I drop one, I can't track another. SCSU, can you start tracking AMZY? Yeah, I wish I could, believe me. Did you go over MSTY yet? No, I did not. They're towards the bottom. TexMex, what is this? YMAX should only contain the top 50%, 25% performers of all the single. I think they might make another version of that, to be honest. I hope they do, and if they do, I'm all over that. All right, so let's continue. All right, SQUY 0.6979. Okay, that is a 27% decrease from the prior month. That is a 42% yield. That's pretty good, but it's 10%, 11% below the implied volatility. They did go up about 47 cents per share for the month. So 69 cents for SQUY. It's okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Again, a 42% yield is pretty good. All right, MNLY. MNLY is impossible to predict. Let's see, 0.4. Sorry, I haven't really talked about whatever my estimate is, but I guess it doesn't matter at this point. But you can see it's right next to it. MNLY is paying 48 cents, 0.4897. That is a 42% decrease from prior month. And based on historical payments, it looks to be pretty awful. However, it is a 38% yield, which is not terrible, but compared to their implied volatility, it's it's like 14% off. But look at this, man. They went down $3.70 for the month. Oh my God, 19%. Oof, I'm staying away from that one. Good Lord. Does anyone own MNLY? Are they pissed off from this past month? What happened? All right, let's check the chat real quick. All right. Here's a good question. Why do people own YMAX when you can just create your own allocation and own the individuals? Well, YMAX does the reallocation for you. I believe it's once a month. And there are a lot of funds, and it's continuing to grow. So if people do have the time and they want to do that, then yeah, why do it? Why pay someone, right? Even though it's another 0.3%. So it's not terrible, in addition. All right, so what do I got here? You have gain percent on the far right of your spreadsheet. That's what people should be looking at. Yes, John, that's true. The only problem with that is it actually doesn't show how much income the fund made overall. It is better than nothing, of course. It should give you an idea, but which is why I include it. But it's not. I don't have the detail like I do on the other 4. All right. Yeah, so let me continue. I know you guys are getting anxious for MSTY. All right, AIYY. 0.3972. Oh my God. Yuck. I mean, last month was 87 cents. This month, 0.39, 39 cents. Look at that. That's a decrease of 54%. That's pretty brutal. So that's a 40% yield, but that is kind of in line with their 44% implied volatility. And overall, the fund did go down by about $1.05 for the month. All right, moving on to the one and only MSTY. Here we go. Well, this is surprising. I see a $2 in the front, so I'm already surprised. Wow. Wow. All right. MSTY is going to pay $2.33. That's a 23% decrease from the prior month, but that's a 102.96% yield, way above their implied volatility of 84%. And if you look, the fund actually went down $4.05. Wow. Holy crap. What do you guys think of that? All right, let me plug that into my spreadsheet and let's see what the damage looks like. Zoom in. 150%. There you go. Let's pay special values. Okay. So when all said and done, they did make $1.69 per share. However, they decided to pay $2.33. So they did some NAV dipping. They dipped into the NAV of about 64 cents. Obviously, you see down here, my prediction was $1.65. So, but again, I'm going based on the total income, and there was no NAV reserve from previous months. So I did not think they would actually pay that high. However, you know, based on the price of MSTY overall, you know, which is around what, $27 or whatever it is. I'm not sure today, maybe 26. But I guess they thought, okay, you know, the dip won't be as severe, right? Because they're still in the 20s. All right. So that was MSTY. Let me get to some comments real quick since I just covered MSTY. All right. Drum roll for MSTY. Yep. BTC is going to bounce back this month. That'll be good, right? YMAX also gives you a bit of exposure to other funds you might not want a lot of for little capital. Hey, Rod, where did you get stats to generate your estimate? Which fish on? For NVDY, TSLY, CONY, and MSTY, I have the actual data, right? I have how much they made each and every day. So I use that for those. And then for the others, I use the price, you know, the price as of the ex-dividend date from the previous month up to the latest date of the current month. And that typically shows you and gives you an idea of how the fund overall performs. So that's basically what I use. And I also obviously look at historical payments, which is over here to the left. And then I look at implied volatility because, again, they strive to pay what their implied volatility is. Hopefully that makes sense. The damage will be more Monday with NAV erosion. You know, that's a bad word, NAV erosion. What do we got here? YieldMax must have opened a lot of champagne to give out gold watches. Yeah. NVDY back up again. I was planning to buy more. Oh, yeah, it was down earlier. I saw that. But, yeah, NVDY's been crazy. Buy MSTY. Oh, wow. David, thank you. $4.99. His dividends paid for that. That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to do that, but it is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Do you know when the inverse of CONY is coming out? Yeah, I think they have a date on it. I thought it was next week, if someone could confirm in the chat. And it's called what? Chips, right? No, Fiat. Fiat is CONY. Chips is NVDY's. I think it's coming out next week. I think. Didn't they tweet something on it? All right, let me keep scrolling. I think I'll continue to load it up on MSTY. It really disappoints. All right, here's a question for me. Will you ever get back into TSLY or only doing your own? I will not get back into TSLY. I would much rather trade TSLL on my own. However, TSLL is at the high right now. So right now I'm kind of stuck. I'm not doing options. So I am looking into buying into some high yielders until it sinks again. All right. NVDY is 30.30. Wow. Awesome. BTC could go down to 53K. There was a tweet. I think you're right, Mono. Okay, Mono says there was a tweet. Yeah, if someone could find the tweet information, please put it in the chat for whoever asked that. Sorry, I meant to ask if YieldMax provided you this dynamically. Provided me what? They don't provide me anything. I mean, I get all their information from their website as far as their intraday trades. But if you're talking about this spreadsheet, I created this from inception, you know, many months of updating. Anyway, let's continue. Let's go to YBIT. I'm sure people are waiting. All right, so where the heck is YBIT? Here it is, $1.21. So 1.2164. Okay, 11% decrease from the prior month. Not terrible. Better than I thought, though. I thought 95 cents. That is, they're going to pay an 83% yield. That's pretty good. Their implied volatility is 48%. So this is kind of surprising for me. So if you're a YBIT holder, you're pretty happy at the moment. Again, 83% yield. Damn. Wow. All right. So crash. Here we go. 0.8150. Wow. That's still pretty decent considering, right? TSLY has been going down. I'm sorry. Tesla has been going up, which means crash has been going down. But again, so they're paying 79 cents, a 14% decrease from the prior month. Prior month was their first payment. And this is a 67% yield, which is 9% above their implied volatility for Tesla. Look at this, though. The freaking fund went down $4.47. So, I mean, not good. Not good at all. In fact, let me show you something. I've been tracking something. Tesla and Crush. Like, let's just look at the past 2 days. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this. All right, so Tesla, 6%, up 6%. When was that? That was Friday. What's today? Yesterday was the 2nd, right? Why is Monday not captured here? I think it went up 6% Monday. I don't know why these dates are all screwed up. All right, either way. So Tesla went up 6%. TSLY went up 3.47%. And Crush went down 5.41%. So owning both, you're only hurting yourself right here, right? If you own both at a 50-50 range, when Tesla's in a bull run, you're capped on TSLY. And essentially, you know, there is a little downside protection with the premium income, but you're going down 5.41%. Now, yesterday, Tesla went up 10.2%. TSLY, look at that. Horrible. It was capped. TSLY only went up 2.33%. And look at this. Crash went down 11.37%. So if you own 50-50, you lost almost 2% the one day. And then the day after, you lost 9%. So that's completely ridiculous. But I did want to show you guys. I wanted to show you guys that in the morning video. I completely forgot. All right, let's catch up with some messages. All right, so Mono likes Crash, I guess. Blood count does not. 1443. Oh my God. I guess that's Crash's price. All right. Daniel Cyber Test. I guess my question was, is anyone selling out of, let's say, CONY after distribution and picking up Ulti to double dip? Well, when CONY pays and you qualify for it, let's assuming, again, your fund will drop by at least the distribution. So you may not be making out, right? It depends. If the underlying goes up and you could sell for, you know, zero capital or capital gain, then fine. No, Crash did wicked awesome. I mean, the payment's awesome. They're not performing awesome. It's funny finding 13% yield low when the old way was the big dog for monthly income. JNMIGR. I know it's hilarious actually when you think about it. Like 13% used to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. But now, now it's a joke. I've YBIT, but price keeps dropping. Oh, from the intradays. Thank you for doing the heavy lifting. You're welcome. Again, I only do the 4, but it's still fun. Good luck on the NAV erosion on crash. Just use HELOC. Yeah, I wish. But no, I can't do that. Yeah, the sandwich doesn't really work. They are always too uneven. Yes, I agree. I'm not a fan of the inverse. But again, that's why I'm still tracking it to see how they perform in the long term. Yes, we are a tad spoiled for sure with these yields. Okay, let me continue. GDXY. GDXY. Look at this, 0.7959. Wow. Holy crap. Wow. How in the hell? 49% yield. Their IV is 28%. How in the hell do they pay 79 cents? I have no idea. But if that keeps up, sign me up. That's 49% yield, 28% IV. And the fund overall went down $1.39. Ugh, yeah. So that's I don't know. Again, if anyone tracks GDXY, please let me know. You know how that's possible. They must have done very well. Although we can check if we go all the way to the left, we can see when they launched. They launched May 20th. So okay, they had a little extra time to earn some, some additional money, but still, that's 79 cents is really good. All right, let's go to the other fund that I'm not too fond of, to be honest, but they're paying 0.9331. That is also impressive. 51% yield based on a 37% IV, but they made $1.42. They went up $1.42 for the month. So they are doing rather well. Of course, AMDY is not going to pay. They were just released. So that was the last one of, SNOWY. So I should do a top 5 real quick. Let me, 1 sec. Catch up with the channel. New to the channel and YieldMax bought SQUEE yesterday. Will I receive this round of dividends? How do I qualify? Derek, yes, if you bought it today and you hold it until X dividend date, which obviously that's Friday, then yes, you will qualify for the distribution. Shelly, awesome live update. Thanks and have a great week. Hey, I'm not done, Shelly, right? We're going to hang out. Oh, wait, the market just closed. I didn't even hear the bell. But yeah, market just closed. But yeah, have a great week, Shelly. YieldMax is turning into another QYLD, total return disaster. I mean, it depends which fund. Some of them are sure they're doing bad, but more are doing better than not, I should say. Welcome, Derek Anderson. Yeah, Derek Anderson, 6:30 a.m. All right, that's better than buying real gold. Who said that? Yes, that's very true, Redfish. Cadillac Jack, hey, live show. Yes, finally. Had a half day from work. What was TSLY? TSLY was $1. I'll scroll back up in a second and do a recap real quick, John. And then I'm going to cover some of the funds that they filed in a second for those of you that missed it. What else we got? Yeah, Shelly answered them. Rod, thanks for the daily update. Back in TSLY. Yes, way to go, SNOWY. Thanks, Joyce. Ding, 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 ding. Did I not hear it? My computer should have done it. Larry says, good morning. Thanks for everything you do. Wall Street has to get out to the Hamptons. Yeah, I know. Those bougie bastards. All right, so let's highlight the yields and we'll do a top. Let's do a top top 5. Let's see who makes the cut. All right, format, conditional formatting. Where's top 5? Not empty. I can't find colors. Maybe color scale, midpoint, max point. See, this is not Excel, so it doesn't show the top. Greater than. All right, why don't we just do greater than or equal to 40%, since that is most of our goals. And then we'll see who made the cut. Okay. Yoga said, thank you so much for doing this live. Don't stop the great work you do, my fellow Americans. Happy 4th. Happy 4th to you as well. Kieran, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That goes a long way. But thank you. I wish I was headed to the Hamptons too. I'm jelly. Not me, man. I don't want to be around those bougie people. Vishan, we should build a tool to get the data dynamically. Maybe I can, with your help, I have programmers at my disposal. So the answer, so Vishan, I pull the holdings that way, and there is a way to do the intraday. However, the intraday is actually pulling all of the trades, but I do the intraday trades manually. And I mentioned this in a prior video. And the reason I do that is because I like to see and plug in all of the individual, you know, how much they make, what the strike price is. I don't want it to be automated because then I won't be as close to the data as I am today, right? The emotions, the same emotions won't be there if it's, you know, computer generated, computer automated. So I appreciate the help, but I have everything automated that I want. The trades I don't want automated because I still want to review it in a little more detail. All right, so let's see what funds are paying over 40%. We'll go all the way to the top. We'll go right down the line. TSLY is paying 67% yield. They're paying $1. NVDY is paying 97% yield, $2.45. AMZY, 40.71% yield. They're paying 75 cents. Phoebe is paying 42.95% yield. And they're paying, wait. Yeah, I got to ignore. They're paying 76 cents. Sorry, AMZY was paying 76 cents. Phoebe's paying 70 cents. I'm starting to read the wrong column. CONY is paying 90% yield. They are paying $1.57. AMDY is paying 50.61% yield. They're paying 73 cents. SNOWY is paying 42.71% yield. They're paying 69 cents. AIYY, this, oh my God, what is their price today? Yesterday looked what, or the day before, $11.57. This is probably the next for the reverse split, but they paid 39 cents. MSTY, they are yielding 102.69%. They're paying $2.33. YBIT is yielding 83.89%. They're paying $1.21. CRSH is paying 68.01% yield. That's 81 cents. And then GDXY, surprisingly, 49.49% yield, 79 cents. And then SNOWY, again, another surpriser, 51.65% yield. That's 93 cents. Again, that's pretty crazy. A lot of funds over 40%. And this tells you why YMAX is able to pay you an over 40% yield. All right, what else we got? Vishan, retire on dividends. Got it. Yep. Did you do OARK? Yes, I did, Mono. It was horrible. Horrible. You want to do it again? You want to relive that? Let's see. OARK is paying 24 cents. That is a 26.96% yield. If anyone wants me to go over anyone, again, just let me know in the chat while I'm still here. I'm probably going to end in about 10 minutes. Chris has 70 shares of CONY. Should I buy more? I mean, that's up to you, man. I don't want to tell you what to do. Tycho says buy now or on ex-dividend date or after. I typically like to buy, well, ex-dividend date or after is the same thing, right? Because on ex-dividend date, it drops. And then after, it could go up or it can go down, so you don't know. Next for reverse split. OARK, what are you saying? OARK? Yeah, well, OARK or AIYY, I think it'll be a race. That TSLY sandwich, not so delicious. I agree. I agree, fact check. All right, so I also did mention we're going to cover the funds that are, have been filed. However, I do have this, right? Current price plus distro. So let me update this real quick. Total distribution. We'll pull up to there. We're going to pull up to AO. And we will drag that down. Again, I didn't have any plans for this video, but I might as well, people love this part, so I might as well do this part right now. All right, so then we have that. So that will pick up the current distribution plus the current price. Yep, okay. So ITD gains. Yep, house, okay. All right, so based on the current distribution, keep in mind, we don't have the ex-dividend date drop yet. Of course, that will happen, which will make the underlying drop, plus or minus whatever movement, in the underlying. So real quick, so if you bought from inception, how far away are you from playing with house money? This is without drip. This is just with getting it as cash. But TSLY, you'd be at 60%. NVDY, 94%. So 1 or 2 more payments. I talked about this with Jay. He thinks CONY is going to be the first. I told him NVDY. But, oh, my God, would you look at that? They're both at 94% payback. Look at freaking that. Unbelievable, man. That is crazy. All right, let's keep going. Who else is a big one? All right, MSTY, they paid back about 56%. So those are the big ones. SNOWY, 44%. AMDY, 46%. Pretty good numbers. Phoebe, 42%. OARK, 47%. AMZY, 36%. So, yeah, man, crazy stuff. All right, let me go back to the chat. Rod, from your experience, which way do you think? I don't know. I don't know enough about Snow as the company. I'm just not impressed with them. So they've been going up. So maybe they will continue. Again, I'm not too familiar with the company, but their IV is not high enough for me either. Simple question. What are the top 2 total return YieldMax funds for this year? I don't have this year, but if you look at this column, ITD gains without drip, this is from inception, right? So from inception, NVIDIA is up 147%. Who's number 2? You said top 2, I believe. I saw an 82%. I believe that was MSTY. Yep, MSTY. So it's NVIDIA and MSTY I'm showing from inception, if that answers your question, Sawston. I wonder what determines the reverse split. Vishon, basically, if it goes under $10, then they'll consider reverse split. Shelly, your spreadsheets are outstanding. I'm lucky if I can get Excel open. Yeah, I'm better at Excel. This is Google Sheets, but it's pretty much the same, but I am better at Excel. Thank you. If I buy in after hours, do I still get the dividend? I mean, I never test it, but I have heard others say that you do. If anyone in the chat would like to confirm that, please do. But it is the same date, right? It's the same trading date, even though it's after hours. So yes, I do believe you would qualify. But let someone in the chat confirm. Missed the payout on CONY 205, 157, pretty low. It's not low based on what they made, Cadillac Jack. It's actually still pretty good. In fact, I don't think they had any business paying over $1 based on what happened yesterday's trade. How long NVIDIA continue this? Well, as long as they still have a respectable implied volatility and they don't tank too much, hopefully it'll keep up. How long do we usually wait until the dividends get added to our account? That depends on your brokerage. I believe payment date might be Monday. So if you have you know, like Fidelity, you'll see your money hit over the weekend. If you have Schwab, then you'll see it the same day. If you have Robinhood or E-Trade, you'll probably see it the following day. With these dividends paid, do you plan to sell some? Sell shares? No. I'm not, if that question was for me, no, I'm not selling anything. The only thing that's on the hook for sell is Clip, because they just have not been what I thought. They're okay, but they're not like fantastic. How close have you been to your predictions to an actual price prior to deck date? It's, you know, here, I don't know. Some are close, some are not close. It, you know, they do what they do. It's hard. NVIDIA is close. All right. Wait, this guy said, Jose said, I tried after hours. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So that doesn't answer your question, but see, that's scary. That's why I don't mess around with it. Thanks for that answer, Jose. Random question. In your opinion, which is better for the long run, NVIDIA or FEPI? I mean, I have to say FEPI because they're more diversified. NVIDIA, though, it's hard to bet against them. You know, their yield has been outstanding. So, you know, but they've done so well. And I don't see them slowing down either. So if I had to, you know, set it and forget it, I would choose FEPI. But right now I own both. So, oh, here's Jason. Snowflake, the company, seems to be gaining support for analytics reporting, and it seems to be quickly becoming the favorite of hospitals running Cerner, which is now owned by Oracle for their EHR system. Thank you for the answer, Jason. See, I knew someone would know something. Look at this. Razak, thank you very much. I bought my first HYD, SPY-T, and QQQT after allocating funds to SCHD, DIVO, and JEPQ. I got my annual dividend income to 100K from 83K. Wish me luck. I don't like the risks of associated with HYD funds. LOL. I don't invest in HYD, actually. That's the only one I'm not really too familiar with. But congrats on the 100K income. That's amazing. And thank you very much. You didn't have to do that, but again, it's greatly appreciated. Cadillacs is very nice. Hi, so I qualify for the dividend if I buy after hours. Someone said sometimes you do. Someone said sometimes you don't. I don't know, honestly. You're going to have to Google it, but that's tough. Forgot to mention, YieldMax TV was thinking of making peace with ROD. He was complaining about AMZY dividend. I mean, the guy, he can do what he wants. I don't really care, honestly. And Razak says, thanks, Jack. All right. So I wanted to, one more thing, and then we're going to end this live. I just wanted to show you guys some of the, well, here's the fund of funds, by the way. They'll declare very soon. You know, stay tuned for that. I'll do an estimate on those when the information becomes available. But here are, you know, some of the newer funds that may come out soon. Let me scroll so you can see some information. And this was sorted by implied volatility, but implied volatility could change. So, but Mara is one of the top ones. They have an 89% implied volatility, which, you know, that's pretty high. I mean, so that one, a lot of people would have an interest in. And then, well, this looks to be Carvana. Oh my God, I don't want that one in, but it has an 87% implied volatility. Super Microcomputer, 73%. Roku, I'll take that one, 75%. Here's Fiat. That's the inverse coin fund, 66%, obviously, for coin. This one I want, Robinhood, 60% IV. Dips is the inverse of NVIDIA. And then we have a whole bunch down below. Oh, here's a 50%. Shopify, okay. I don't know how good they do as a company, but again, here's all the other funds. If there's any interest in having an idea of who else they filed for, that's the list. DraftKings is on there too. Boeing, no thank you. Please do not put Boeing in there. Once they start adding more and more funds that I'm not interested in, I may have to get out of YMAX. I don't know yet. Everyone keeps asking. Someone needs to answer the question. If they buy after hours, someone in the chat can, if you could please answer. If they buy after hours today, will they qualify for the distribution? All right. What is the answer? Again, the only answer we saw was sometimes yes, sometimes no. So I'm not sure what that means. HYD, high yield dividends. Oh, I thought that was a fund, isn't it? Or is it HYL? I know there's a HY. Is it HYLD? You were just using an acronym. All right. And excited for TSM. Where's that one? My Zoom is all over the place. So he's excited for Taiwan Semiconductor. 43% yield. Oh, I didn't put your comment up. It says David Ortiz. David Ortiz. All right. So if OARK reaches $10 and splits to 20, then buy at $10. Vishan, that's not how it works. So if it does a reverse split when it hits $10, you know, I'll say a 2-for-1, right? Or 1-for-2. So you'll go from owning, say, 2 shares at $10 to 1 share at 20. So if you sell 1 share at 20, it's the same as owning 2 at 10. So there is no good strategy when the reverse split happens. You know, there is no monetary change in the value of your funds, but again, it's just a negative. It looks negative from the outside, and obviously they do it to avoid, you know, different things like being pulled from the exchange and all that, because when you get to a certain amount, you know, that's one of the qualifications. You have to be over $5 or whatever the amount is. Cadillac Jack, I would say best to call your brokerage to find out. Yes, that is probably the best answer you will get. Sawston ROD rocks. Thank you very much. If you buy a YieldMax ETF today, you would not qualify for the upcoming distribution, says Red Lion. Okay. So now he says you will not. Better be safe than sorry, right? All right, here's another one. HL says some brokers hold after-hour trades for the following day. If that is after ex-dividend date, then no dice. So yes, the next day is ex-dividend date. So the answer I'm hearing is it depends on your broker. So again, that's important. All right, guys, I'm at the hour mark, so I'm going to have to, you know, call it quits today. I do have to go. But again, thank you for joining the live stream. I do appreciate it. Or thank you for watching the recorded version. Obviously, I'm going to be posting this after. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun and were entertained at the same time. But let me know what you guys think of the yields and what you think of the payments in general. Were you impressed? I'd have to say TSLY is probably the biggest surprise, right? I mean, based on yesterday's trades, though, we kind of had an idea that they could pay $1, but I'm happy, you know, even though this is post-reverse split, it's still good, right? It's still good that they're paying $1. So, but yeah, anyway, guys, yeah, that's all I got for today. I'm not going to do a keyword since it's a live stream, but again, thank you all for joining the live stream and being active and participating, and I will talk to you later. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Later.